We're 2 months in, and I just might have found a solution to Paloma's tummy problems. It's week 8 postpartum. If you're new to these updates, each week I talk about the physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of postpartum living, and let's start with the physical. Physically, we are doing great because I have found a homeopathic remedy that is helping Paloma so much. Now, if you didn't watch last week's update, I shared that Paloma, I think, was suffering from a little bit of acid reflux, but the silent type. So she wasn't spitting up, she wasn't projectile vomiting, she was swallowing a lot though, and she just seemed kind of uncomfortable. She also had kind of wet burps, and when I would get close, sometimes she had almost like a sour smelling breath, almost like throw up breath. So anyways, I did a lot of research, and I actually checked in with a homeopathic practitioner, and I've been giving her this remedy called Not Phos. That's like the abbreviation for it. I'm going to put a link to it in the video description below. But what it is it's an acid reducer. So I give her 4 tablets a day, and I cut it up into lots of little doses. So I give her about a half a tablet after each feeding. And it's very similar, just to give you a sense, it's a 6x strength, which is a very, very weak strength. So it's very gentle for a newborn. And to give you an idea, it's comparable to something that you see, the over-the-counter teething tablets or colic tablets, those other homeopathic remedies that we can buy at Whole Foods or that sort of thing. So anyway, so I've been giving this to her, and it's seriously like a miracle worker. She is so much calmer, happier. She doesn't have sour breath at all. Her hiccups, she only hiccups every once in a while, where she was doing it like almost after every feeding before. And she just seems like a normal baby. So I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I'm so happy. Again, I'll put all the description and the information down in the video description below. And if you choose to use this with your child, be sure to check with your doctor, okay, or your healthcare professional, because it is, something that that you're giving a newborn. So you want to be sure it's okay with your given situation. Now, our chiropractor did recommend that Paloma see a craniosacral person. I know it seems like a lot, but he just said it's very common with babies that either have really fast births or really long, hard births, that they need some little adjustments. So we've been going to the chiropractor. Now we're going to be going to a craniosacral guy. And I talked to the doctor, and he said, you know what, with how young she is, it seriously just going to be a couple of adjustments and she'll be good to go. And he claims that he can prevent her from ever having glasses or braces. So we'll see. I'm not so sure about that, but hey, so I'll keep you guys posted on that. Emotionally, I'm doing well, but I have to say, this week I found it really challenging to care for 2 children simultaneously. And let me explain. Paloma is waking up more, as she is every single day of her life, and her periods of wakefulness are also expanding, and she's not napping quite as much during the day. So I've got more time with both her and Griffin, and I just feel like I'm not parenting either one of them really well. First, with Paloma, I'm kind of like block and tackle with Griffin, because Griffin adores her, and he loves to like maul her, basically, like just get up all in her grill, kiss her, hug her, and he likes to like lay on her. And I have to keep explaining, Griffin, you're really strong, and she's really little. She's like a little baby bird. You have to be gentle. You have to be careful. Da, 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 da. Don't put your hands in her mouth. I mean, just basic like hygiene and just germ prevention type stuff. But he just doesn't understand, and I don't want to totally kill his joy either. So it's like this balance thing where, again, I feel like I'm like watching, protecting this like a goalie or something like that. It's really crazy. And then now, thankfully, Paloma is like more comfortable, so I can leave her a little bit with her activity mat and then play a little bit more with Griffin. But it's just hard. It's so much harder than having one kid. So that's kind of what's been coming up for me this week. But I'm just super grateful that he's gentle with her. He does the baby talk with her. He understands, that she's this precious newborn. And for that, I'm incredibly grateful. Spiritually, I'm feeling really connected. I've been doing more online kind of church stuff because I haven't really been going to church as much. I went once when Paloma was like 4 weeks old, and it just felt like too much exposure to lots of different people and germs and stuff. So I'm just kind of hunkering down right now, and I think next month we'll start going again. But having said all that, I still feel really connected. I've got a lot of great friends from church, so I talk to them a bunch, but also I just had a lot of synchronicity going on in my life right now, which I just adore. I think, first of all, my faith is also increasing too, because I've been reading the Bible more. So I'm in the Word, I'm reading it, and it just is increasing my faith and also just my perspective on things. So let me give you a perfect example. With this whole thing with Paloma, in the past, I think I would have been like, oh my gosh, is there ever going to be a solution? And she's just going to suffer her whole entire life. I mean, I literally could go in that train of thinking. But instead, I just prayed about it and was like, God, I just need your help. And I just really believed that I was going to get guidance. And like, sure enough, within 24 hours, I found out about this remedy. I started giving it to her, and we literally saw results so quickly. And it was just like, thank you. And then with this whole craniosacral guy, our chiropractor recommended him. I call him up. I'm talking to the office manager. He's gathering all this information. And he's like, well, when's her birthday? So I said, November 22nd. He's like, that's my birthday. I'm like, really? And it just so happens the doctor had an opening this week, which is huge because you know how doctors can be so busy. And then their office is literally like 2 blocks away from Mike's office. So he's going to be able to come and meet me, and we'll do this whole thing together. And get this, the doctor's name is Dr. Shepherd. And I was just reading in the Bible about how Jesus is the good shepherd. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So I love when things like that happen. I just feel like, ooh, I'm in the zone or something. So that's what's going on with me at week 8 postpartum. Would love to hear from you. How you doing? How you feeling? Share with me in the comments below. And thanks as always for tuning in.